Okay, Codewars. I'm just going to do a Codewars challenge. I'm going to pick my next Python challenge. I'm going into this completely cold, so that it's not so much a tutorial where I would solve a problem that I have solved before, knowing the solution, but explaining the solution. It's it is actually a meta tutorial where I'm going to explain how I go about finding the solution. So splitting a string into pairs of two characters, and then there's a special case at the end. Let's try it. Right, in Python. So S is my input string. So A B C hyphen A B C D F and so on. So the my intuitive approach here is that okay. So let's say you've got a let's just make it a bit bigger. Even, so you have a string. Uh, I don't know how many double quotes I want. 3 and 3 at the bottom. Okay, but except it's sort of trying to help me by coming down in pairs. So it's okay. I have a string A, B, C, D, E, F. I want to go into my string and then have it's like an inner loop or an inner 2 steps that deals with first letter, second letter, and then we and then have the outer loop that keeps on doing that two-stage process over the whole string. Not sure explaining this well. It's technically a finite state machine, right? So at first we're in let's do it. So I have two options: for character in string, but that's going to give me characters one after another. When you're iterating with sort of for something as a for each, you can't really reach back and forth to look at elements on either side of where you're iterating. So I'm going to need to for I in range of len of s. We always end up writing this in Python to do actual sort of iterator-based numerical fors instead of for eaches. So for each element, for an iterator taking values between 0 and I guess like the length of the string or last element of the string, length of the string minus 1, I'm going to do, I want to start with, that's trickier than I thought. How about I'm going to do for range length s, but in so from range from like 0 to length s, but in steps of 2. So that's going to give me 0, 2, which means I should have left that below. Which means, okay, and this is going to take longer than I hoped. A, B, C, B. Okay, ED, why not? So that means we're going to go A, caret, and then C. Now, if we've got an odd numbered, so if we have an even numbered, so that's index 0, that's index 2, that's index. If I have an odd numbered, if I have an odd number of elements, the last index is always even, right? Because the last index is -1, we start indexing as 0. So I'm going to pick A, B, C, and D, and E, and like noticing I don't have an element at index 5, I will add a underscore. So pairs of 2 characters, so just to be list. Okay, so definitely I want my output to start as an empty list, right? And then I'm going to take my pair is going to be equal to, now I could do s. Yeah, I'm going to extract things from s, right? I'm extracting from s from I to I plus 1. Now the problem is that I plus 1 is going to give me an index out of range. So, okay, if not I, well, if I not equal, okay, it's an opportunity for me to should not equal, which in Python is exclamation mark equal. If I is not equal to, so if I is not at the end, right, of the index of the string, so that's length of s, right? So in my instance, that's s. the length of it is equal to 5, which means that a not, like index 0 for the a not going to go into the if because well, because it's not equal to the end. C not going into the if. E, the I for the letter E is 0, 0 for a, 2, 4, and this is because the length of the string is 5, right? It is equal to the length of the string minus 1. So if it's not equal, I'm going to say that's the pair. Else, wow, you could at least Replit does the indent correctly. Else pair is equal to s of I, so that's like a single character. I can do string concatenation plus the underscore plus its string concatenation in Python. So I'm taking the one character and then I add the underscore at the end. Now at here I have defined my pair. I just need to chuck it into my list, and that will be out.append pair. So that's, and now we're still in the loop, right? And then outside of the loop we return out. Return as a statement, return as a function. Let's test it. IDASF, ASDF. Oh, I've messed it up. What? I don't really. That doesn't make sense. Oh no, sorry. I've returned this, and it's complaining that I should return that. Oh, of course. That's because. Yes, in Python, that syntax to get the range within this is like a list or a string, right? If you get an iterable, this is from the it's exclusive of the lower band, but exclusive of this. So it's not just, it's only going to give me element I. So I want I plus 2. I think that's why I'm kind of returning. I'm returning ADASF. I should be returning ASDF, ADSF. I'm only returning the first letter of the pair because I'm not actually generating a pair. I'm generating a singleton. Right. On my testy test passed, and I can attempt it with all of the full tests, and then we're done. Refactor. Now I'm sure there is a more Pythonic solution, like list comprehension. Okay. Let's see if I can. Like a return. So okay. It'd be like. Oh, I know. This is going to be S. Yes, S I colon I plus 2 for I in range 0, then S in steps of 2. Now this, okay, let's just remain that. Underscore. Now this is not going to work. This isn't going to handle odd length string because I think my list comprehension. Oh, it's return none. Okay. Oh yeah, because I'm not returning anything, so we want to return this list comprehension. So this is a list comprehension bracket, right? I'm taking all of the elements, I'm making the elements of my list are this bit. So this is going to be a substring, right? So that should be a string of 2 characters because between I and I plus 2, there's two characters extracted from that bit. And then for I taking values in steps of 2 like I did above. So I guess test. It's going to work on one, yeah, but it fails on the underscore. So all we need to do here is that if lang s, like if odd, is there odd? The odd is, do we have odd in Python? I'm not sure. What I could do is make sure like add underscore at the end of strings of odd length to make sure to cater for that test. But I don't know if odd is if the length of the string modulo 2 is equal to 1, right? This is how you test for an even number. Then I will add this. Now, this is actually going to change the string, right? I mean, because like strings and lists are mutable, they pass by reference. So, I mean, as long as no one else needs no one else, nowhere outside of that code needs s, well, I could make a copy and then add my underscore to the copy, but yeah, it should, yeah, even more Pythonic. I wish there was a way of doing it in like one fell swoop, but, and I wish there was a way of doing it without the iterator, so you can return, a plus b for, can I extract this for a, b in s? Ooh. Yeah, no, I was too ambitious here. Not enough values to unpack. So I would need to kind of like do a zip, or there's a way of there's a just if you want to do list comprehensions with like more than one thing, it gets a bit fiddly. I could duplicate it and use zip. Although that means to get something that I could do a nice list comprehension over, I would need to massage my string into a format where I could extract pairs already. So I would kind of make pairs into S above this. So maybe using zip by changing a list of single elements in that instance, or indeed a string of single characters into a list of tuple or in that instance pairs. So that's like A, B. Can I do it like that? Would that work? Okay, fair enough. Well, as I said, I'm going as it's called. I'm just trying things and see what works. So the long-winded solution is a state machine. You go into the state, you're iterating over this, you're building a pair, you're appending it to the list, and once you're here, you're done. You could actually, it's not the state machine I had in mind. The state machine I had in mind would literally iterate over every single character and figure out whether it's in, on an even character and an odd character, and behave accordingly. So on an even character, it would start a new pair. On an odd character, would add a second character to the pair that was just started. Do I have time to do a third solution in 2 minutes 49? I don't think so.